What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle in the Desk at Academics, and Wayno here. It is Monday in New York. When you guys last saw us on Thursday, we had Kevin Gates on, our first guest in a while. I had never met him before. Very interesting human. Shall we debrief? What'd you guys think?
I think that's the only way we should really accept some of these whack-ass guests. Most of the guests we have on here is whack. That's true.
Okay.
But he's pretty good. I thought Kevin Gates was really good. Kevin Gates was good. Moneybag Yo was good. But pretty good conversation with him. He's a very, I'd say, different individual, but at least it was entertaining.
Yeah, he's very different, very honest, but I enjoyed my time here with Kevin.
I really liked meeting him.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was not what I expected. Very, very interesting. Man, I'm excited for the album to come out now. All right, shall we get into it, gentlemen?
What are we talking about today?
Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri.
Oh, man.
Just reminding us that he's wildly out of touch. So JD did an interview with People TV a few days ago, and he was asked to name some of his favorite current female rappers, but he couldn't do it. And instead of just saying, I don't have any, I don't know any, he basically goes on to say that all female rappers are rapping about the same thing and he's not feeling it. Let's take a look.
I can't really say.
Not a Cardi B fan?
No, but you know the reason why I can't say is because I feel like they're all rapping about the same thing, and I don't feel like I don't think they're showing us who's the best rapper. I think they're trying to show, for me, it's like strippers rapping, and I don't, as far as rap goes, I'm not getting who is the best rapper. I'm getting like, okay, you got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. Okay, all right. Who's getting ready to, who's gonna be the rapper?
So I think maybe JD is lucky he didn't do that interview with a rap outlet. But anyway, of course, a ton of people responded to him, including Cardi B. Here's what she had to say.
Now that Jermaine Dupri bring it up, now I'm gonna say something about it, right? First of all, I rap about my pussy because she's my best friend, you know what I'm saying? And second of all, it's because it seems like that's what people want to hear. I ain't even gonna front, because let me tell you something. When I did Be Careful, people was talking mad shit in the beginning, like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I expected. I expected this, I expected that. So it's like, if that's what people ain't trying to hear, then all right, then I'm gonna start rapping about my pussy again. And second of all, there's a lot of female rappers that be rapping their ass off and don't be talking about their pussy and don't be talking about, you know, getting down and dirty. And y'all don't be supporting them. Y'all don't be supporting them, and they be mad dope.
All right, so she goes on to like list some of the rappers she's talking about, like Tierra Whack, Kamaya, Rhapsody, Chica. A lot of people we've talked about here on the show, and then she responded to some other fans who were criticizing her still for her content, and she basically like doubles down on what she said before. So a lot of other people felt aware about this. Ari Lennox, Act's new favorite singer, also dropped a little freestyle. Doja Cat listed a bunch of dope rappers. Even Jada Pinkett Smith reposted it. So after all of this backlash, JD decided to announce plans to, quote, invest in a female rapper who's out here hustling and making a name for herself in the so-so-deaf female Cypher. Of course, people weren't feeling this. Black responded saying that he felt the Cypher was very reactive instead of proactive, and added that women in hip-hop don't need representation or approval from men. Anyway, all of the backlash aside, I guess, what were your guys' initial thoughts on JD's comments?
I'm mad, confused, like, because I wouldn't expect JD. Like, JD, you know, brought one of the better and one of the most legendary female rappers of the game, like the Brat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just bugged me out how out of touch JD is. It's like, my thing is this, right? Like, but niggas could rap about the same thing all day, every day. Nobody questions that. Like, it's cool. Like, everybody got a story about selling coke or doing this, and then 90% of them is lying, right? So I don't understand why, like, it's cool to say that, but you don't say anything regarding all these niggas that keep saying the same shit and not talking about nothing, really. But there's tons of female rappers that are very dope. And Cardi's right. Like, a lot of media doesn't show like we do, you know, our best here to shed light on all the dope up-and-coming female rappers, but Jermaine Dupri tweaking. Like, he's tweaking. This is why, like, the younger generation don't really be jacking like older people, for real, for this reason here.
Agree?
I don't think he's tweaking.
Why?
Well, first of all, he doesn't need to do a Google search. Okay, in that sense of saying that there's no rapper. One thing, he has a great point. Most of the top female rappers, unlike the male rappers, I don't think when we judge them, we're judging them like they're like on scale. We don't judge them on scale. Let's be honest.
We don't judge.
If y'all name the top 3 female rappers right now.
But why are we talking about
or
only the
top 5?
top? Like that's
Or
what
the
I'm saying.
top
It's
5.
like
Well,
the
no,
top.
because that differs when we talk about the men. When we talk about the men, we're not talking about the little pumps, rich the kids, the niggas just rapping about bullshit. We really not talking about them. Not when we talking about the top. Again, he needs to do a Google search because.
Did they say the top or did he say his favorite?
Yeah, Ak.
Well, clearly he's not all the way in on female rappers, so he's only gonna be familiar with the people at the top. Like any Fringe fan is.
I mean,
you feel me?
yeah,
when he's, I guess what
But
I took
Fringe
away
fan,
from that.
JD shouldn't be a Fringe fan of rap. That doesn't really make sense.
Jay-Z's like
Or at least
90.
Just say I don't know then.
What does that? What does
Hold
your
on,
age? I mean, what does your age have to do with it?
Well, I remember a couple of years ago when they said the same thing about just rap in general. They said the new rappers, they're all little pumps, they're all littles. That's what everybody kept saying. Like there were no lyricists. Now people have realized, yo, you got Cordays, you got a bunch of people who are younger who are also prioritizing lyrics. Again, I'm not gonna knock JD, even though again
No, but
he could
you
have done a
should
Google
respond
search.
to like the question that they asked him, right? Which is to name people that he liked. Did they say the top?
He didn't say. He
No,
didn't,
no,
he
he
didn't
say
say
to rank the
That's what I'm
top.
saying.
All right, hold on. But part of what he's saying is that when he's hearing rap, when he's hearing a lot of female rap these days, he says he's not really hearing much about skill. He's hearing the bullshit, which he's terming
So
as
all right, so
stripper rap.
even with that, even if you want to call it stripper rap, right? Even if you want to call it stripper rap or whatever, right? I'll say like excluding like all right, the top rappers is like Nicki's always there, right? Even though Nicki's been a bit quiet on the music scene right now, Cardi, and I say the third, I probably put like Megan, right? Even if you want to say Megan can't rap. She don't have skill.
I don't know. Is that the top 3 right now?
I'm saying that like the most visible, like if we going by popularity, right? If we going by popularity, I would say Nicki is always top because she's the top woman. Then we got Cardi. Well, Cardi running the game or whatever. But the next one after that, as far as like popularity, if you was a Fringe fan, the first thing if you look up woman rap would probably be Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion can't rap.
Listen, we're not gonna debate about Megan because I don't think he was even. I don't even think he knows.
Why? I mean,
but I think. Listen, when you think about the top female rappers, other than Nicki, just straight up and down, you don't think about none of them with skill. At least the top ones, and it's really hard to compare. Again, Cardi B been in the game 2 to 3 years. Nicki been in the game 15 plus. It's hard to say Megan Thee Stallion, which I
She's
barely
one of the
heard
top- she's one of the top-
Only heard one project from her.
Yeah.
She's now top 3. Perhaps she is.
She's one. I'm talking in terms of in terms of her popularity because she's rising very, very fast. She's rising very, very fast, right?
Popularity in terms of music or like social media shit?
In terms of music and social media, all of that. Add that together.
Because to keep it true, like, I know a bunch of people who are very familiar with her on social media. They were in a car with me. I literally played a song of hers. They had no idea it was her song.
All right, that's the people you riding around with. I'm not talking about that.
No, but on some real shit, like, she's popular. I don't know if, like, her music ain't doing that well.
Her music is not doing that well? Are you serious?
Sit here and tell me it is.
It is. Her music
It
is
is?
not doing well. This is
To be in top 3?
Listen. This is what I'm saying. Listen, this is what I'm
I'm
saying.
27,000.
Why are
wait,
you
she doesn't have a top
ranking?
40
But why are
Wait
you
a second,
ranking
wait a
them
second.
right now?
No, but we're talking about popularity.
All right, so
popularity has some type of metrics.
let me add something. The thing is this is the problem that I have with people when it comes to music is y'all niggas don't be going nowhere. Go to a market and go to a show and see how people are reacting to the music.
Of course, she has some fans.
Come on, bro. You just equating you riding in a car with a couple people and I'm not
Bro,
knowing.
if I name a top, if I say
Wait a
top
second.
3 male
everything-
rappers, I guarantee everybody knows them.
All right, but we ain't talking about no male rappers right now. That's not what we're talking about.
But
what I'm talking
your,
about.
your point is trying
Wait
to
a
act
second.
like Meg Thee Stallion.
What I'm
Everybody
saying
knows
is,
her
I didn't
music.
say every. Come on, my nigga. Everybody don't know everybody. What I said is that she's one of the most quickest rising young rappers, and she could fucking rap. I went to a show and seen her in front of 30,000 people, and they knew her shit word for word. You telling me her music not doing good? Because you ain't not going.
No, it ain't
All
selling
right,
that well.
okay, great.
It ain't selling
Guys,
that well.
what
That's
the fuck?
not.
What's not selling that
Academics,
well?
what does this have to do with the JD
27,000,
topic?
I ain't selling that
That's
well.
not selling that well,
Top
so-
3. Not even
Guys,
top 3.
enough.
They got bum ass male rappers who sell that. I'm sorry to tell you.
So what the fuck is your point?
Is it based
How
on
does this
sales
relate
or is
to
it based
JD?
on music?
The point I was trying to make is that I think, of course, he's out of touch and he hasn't listened to all female rappers. So when he says they're all stripper rapping, or I don't know if he quantified to say all, him generalizing like women rapping is only stripper rapping, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Okay, so he's out of touch to say that. But I don't think he's out of touch to make the basic point to say when he's thinking about, and again,
So then what about Cardi's point that when some female rappers rap about other things, they don't get as much attention. They don't sell as well. They feel like they have to rap about specific topics. Address
wait,
that
wait,
then.
wait,
no.
All right,
That's actually a thing. I'm just saying, I think JD, again, I'm putting some of what my interpretation is into his point, but I felt like he was trying to say he's trying to see who the best is, and he's not hearing that. He's basically hearing those turn-up type of records, just like you hear from
where?
like,
Because
can I say
he's
something real
listening to
quick?
only the
Lashley,
radio? Okay.
Let me ask you this question, right? Because you basing everything off sales. Do Tierra Whack music sell a lot?
she's fairly new. I wouldn't even give her.
Okay, wait a second. She's fairly new, right?
fairly
She's fairly
new.
new. She's nominated for a Grammy.
Right. Meek just tweeted like what she's
She's-
probably the
she's
best
not gonna
female
do nothing
rapper
to do
in
with
the world
sales.
debated.
Usually-
Okay, so why are you bringing up sales in a conversation of a
Because
person
you
being a
mentioned
dope rapper or not?
popularity, and if you're popular shit sells. Let's not say somebody's
All right,
popular
so
that
if
we
your
can't
shit,
talk sell.
your shit don't have to rise directly to the top immediately for it to be selling. Actually,
If you
doing
top
very
three,
well.
if you top three and you ain't selling that well, you have
So
some
you
way to
think
go.
that when they asked JD this question, name one of your favorites right now, he's only picking from the pool of top 3?
No, I think he's thinking about the most recognizable names. He's out of touch. He doesn't know all the women who are rapping. He's thinking about the most
That's
popular.
fine. It's okay. So
Honestly,
then if he doesn't,
you ask
then his
me,
answer doesn't make any sense. Say I don't know.
Honestly, if you ask me, he's thinking about Nicki, Cardi, City Girls, and maybe like one or two that probably rise. But he's not really thinking of that
Okay,
much.
so Jermaine Dupri is a fringe fan of rap. Is that where we're ending this conversation? He only knows 3 female rappers?
Well, if we're gonna call out of touch fringe, because there's been a
You
lot
said
of
fringe
there's been a
earlier.
lot of people who are hip hop quote unquote aficionados that when we start talking about newer rappers from whatever doing whatever type of thing, they don't know. Again, he's an old nigga. He
That's
don't
fine,
know.
but Jermaine Dupri should know who Rhapsody is even if he doesn't know who Tierra Whack is. She's not
Right.
new. She's not new.
I
That's
agree.
all.
I agree. You should know who Rhapsody is. You should know.
And
that's
she
what I'm
ain't
saying.
rap, and she's not rapping about
Generalizing-
stripping. Shay Noir's not rapping about stripping. There's a lot of
Chalking that up to stripper rap. That was wrong. A point that Cardi had, right, which I fuck with Cardi on that for, is that, yo, hey, the other shit y'all don't support. Don't get like, because people were trying to point, like, I don't even think she had to make this video because it felt like a hit dog usually hollers. It felt like she was feeling pressure, like people were talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
But she did a great job of pointing the direction to other people who are really
You know what's
doing
very interesting about Jermaine Dupri's comments about like stripper rap or whatever? Eve was a stripper, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the better female rappers of her time. So I don't know. He's just not listening to shit. He's just not listening to shit.
All right, so I guess in the future we just don't even get upset about this then. I mean, do we care about his also deaf Cypher now? Or
No.
is Black right that
No.
no one wants this now?
No.
Feels a
No,
little contrived.
Again, seems dated with that, but to be honest, I can't be mad at him when he started conversation.
But you know what? Also, he has it like that show that
Wait.
he has too. That show that he has too with the kids. He got the girl Miss Mulatto. Like she's another rising young female rapper. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about neither.
Oh man. All right. Let's see. At least it created some solidarity. Fine. I guess it created conversation, however you want to say that. But I like that a lot of people stepped up and had a lot of shit to say and, pointed out some other people. Like people like Kamaya. I think she's getting ready to drop new music. She's finally back. So it's
Absolutely.
an exciting time. Anyway, let's go to the next story, please. Let's go to Bad Baby real quick. She's feeling away. You remember Cash Me Outside Girl? She had some songs out. She's doing pretty well for herself. Now she feels like people do not like her and support her music because she's white. I can't read what she's saying here. Basically, I will summarize. Okay, there it goes. You guys can read this on the screen. She's basically saying that people support other female rappers who aren't as good just because they're pretty or you like their style, and she can actually rap, and we do not support her.
When white people is claiming about people not supporting them, I'm just keeping it all the way real, man. Like, where's Bad Baby's fans? Like, I just think that she was a moment. You know what I mean? Like Bad Baby was a moment, and I don't think people really took it. And I ain't gonna lie, what's the song?
There's some songs that she had that people liked. I remember
liked
he
High
definitely
Bitch.
supported, right?
I didn't think I would like it, but I liked High Bitch. But I don't know. Like she's just, I don't know. She's starting to become like a person that just complains all the time.
Yeah, I mean, she's still doing well. Like, she has one of the highest streamed songs from a female rapper this year, so she's doing well. But I think what she is probably complaining about is what a lot of people complain about, whether it's Russ or others, even low key. They want acceptance into that there's a group of people that hip hop really shows love to, and there's a group of other people that they might do well in sales, but they never get that real authentic love from like that core of hip hop. She'll never get it. She came on the scene as a white kid who was like
Disrespecting her mom.
disrespecting her mom, and yeah, she turned that into rap cure. And to be honest, she finessed 15, turned that into a whole hour. Let's be honest, because you should have been a social media star.
How long
and
ago
just
was
like
that?
the Backpack Kid, and just like all these little guys who are popping up for like a year, you're in and out of here. And to be honest, she's probably gonna be around. As far as acceptance, I don't see that. I don't know, and maybe I'll get killed here again. But I hate when this bad baby writer raps enough that she could proclaim, "Yo, I could really rap." Like when you're trying to stand on
but
yo, y'all are supporting whack shit, and I really rap. You gotta write your shit.
This is the problem I be having with like even with like kind of going back to the JD thing, because a lot of these niggas ain't writing their raps neither. And it ain't about what happened years ago with Drake shit. I'm talking about a lot of your favorite rappers today. I know these niggas is not writing their raps, like for real. So it's like I get what you're saying. Like I don't know if she writes her shit to even claim that.
To stand on that ledge?
No, she wants the hood, like she want the hood stamp. She want that hood stamp. I think she's not getting that. Like
and by the way, so I had to be educated a little bit on Bad Baby. I used to call her the Catch Me Outside girl. But anyway, apparently she's from Florida, a very hood part of Florida. Despite she's white, she used to be mixing up, giving with the shits. So again, no matter how, she lives in LA now, this and third, surrounded by 10 bodyguards, cool. But she probably still yearns for that acceptance to like where she's from. You get me? But
the rappers that supported her, right? Who is it that she collaborated with?
Then wasn't she in Kodak video? She was in one of Kodak videos.
She collabed with Yachty. They were supposed to go on tour. She
Young Boy
was
too.
on the regular.
Young Boy.
She got support
got
from
one
her
with
peers.
Chopper. Like yeah. And whether that's Atlantic, it seems like most of them are natural friendships that they just do collabs.
You just be complaining.
Listen, you gotta accept. If you can't say people support me only because I'm white and then complain about like being with us niggas, man. Come on. Man.
She's actually doing fine. She just signed a new publishing deal, so she'll be all right. She'll be okay.
Both,
But last time I saw, she had a very big rabid fan base that supported her. At least
I wanted to go to her show.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to her show last year. I didn't make it.
Wayno is a fringe fan of Bad Baby.
I'm definitely a friend. I wanted to see her do Hot Bitch. I did want to see that.
Imagine seeing Wayno in the crowd at a Bad Baby.
I'm not in the crowd. No,
to Hot Bitch. All right, so a few weeks ago, we were talking about Future and Meek heading out on tour together, and we were speculating about whether or not they might drop some music, and of course they did. We just didn't know how much. So Future dropped a song called 100 Shooters featuring Meek and Doughboy, produced by Tay Keith. What do you guys think?
This record, like, it was dope. Like, it was dope. I think it's like, for me, I wouldn't say it's a throwaway, but it's just like something quick for them to put out, because Doughboy is on it, which it'd be dope if he started getting some more shine. He just dropped a record like not too long ago called Walk Down that I fuck with. But, I mean, Meek and Future don't usually miss when they with each other. So I fuck with it.
Sound like a B-side record. Again, just a record that's put out there, nothing that they're gonna be like, yo, we're shooting a video, this is gonna be, again, with all that being said, still not whack. It's just that like, usually I expect a little bit more magic when I see both of those two names on a song. So, I think to be honest, it's a good look for Doughboy. It gives him some more attention with the names that he's standing right beside, and he's been doing his thing, trying to get a little bit more recognition.
For a minute, yeah.
Hopefully this song will lead people into checking him out.
All right.
So one of our viewers wanted to know, what do you guys like, one of your favorite Meek and Future collabs so far? Because you already talked about dropping the collab project, so.
Probably Jump Out the Face. That was one of my, that was off Meek's second album, Jump Out the Face. Damn, that's my favorite one out of all the joints that they probably did together.
Which other ones they had?
They got a few other joints. They got a few other joints. They got the joint on
That's the only one I can think of now.
Bro, the one on his album with Roddy Ricch too.
Oh, yeah. I'll go with Jump Out the Face.
Jump Out the Face is my shit.
All right, one more song before some more debating. Lil Nas X, This Old Town Road Run. Never ending. So we have the third official remix now. This one features Young Thug and the yodeling boy.
Niggas Tatiana in it out.
Mason Ramsey. So Thug has been teasing this one for a while, so obviously he was excited to be on here. You guys like this remix?
I didn't even listen to it. I'm just keeping it all the way real. I'm Old Town Roaded the fuck out. I can't take it anymore. But he's gonna have like one of the longest. What is it? The longest song running ever or something.
Rap most consecutive.
Well, it's already number one, longest running for number one hip hop single, which I guess is hip hop, but it'll soon be number one for overall just on Billboard. Regardless, I look at this record now and it's cool. You know, like when I saw Thug was gonna hop on it, like he was like basically tweeting out like the wish list of people that would hop on it, and then Thug kind of like made a reference that he was gonna be on it. I was excited about that, but to be honest, at this point, I hear the song, I don't think it does anything for the record.
Yeah.
Other than it refreshes it for like a week. And perhaps that's the new video. You know, like again, the remix, the 10th remix is the video. That's what a video serves for these days, right? Like your song is right here on the charts, it starts to slip, you drop the video, goes right back up.
All right, let's see. Maybe this is the last time we ever talk about Old Town Road. So Young Thug also did an interview with No Jumper where he explained his thoughts on Nas X coming out. Take a look.
How do you feel watching him sort of go through that, getting some backlash for being honest about sexuality?
He probably shouldn't have told the world.
Really?
But he should have told the world because it's like, these days, motherfuckers, it's just all judgment. Like, motherfuckers just judging. It ain't even about the music no more. Once you say, found out he was gay, everybody, as soon as the song come on now, everybody like, yeah, nigga. Niggas don't even care to listen to the song no
You
more.
think it's like that?
Yeah, but it's just like, to certain people.
I was a little bit surprised to hear him say this because I feel like Thug has been one of the people who seems like he never cares what people say about him, no matter how he dresses, his sexuality, anything like that. He's come out and said, I've been the one taking all the arrows for you guys, but maybe it has affected him. I don't know. Do you agree?
A little bit of what you said, and you know, like I was a little bit shocked that he said that because to be honest, nobody would like. Some people think Young Thug is gay, and that's all by Young Thug's like own doing.
Right. He's
like,
never seemed to care about it.
Yeah, and to be honest, like you can make a point to say he seems to like he goes out of his way to let you know that his sexuality might be in question or he might not be heterosexual, right? And to hear him say that makes me think that he might be reflected on his own career, right? Like maybe if he didn't do as much early on, some people wouldn't be turned away or turned off from his music because, you know, one of the things when he says it's all judgment, one of the things about Thug we always talk about is that Thug makes so much great music in terms of his counterparts. How doesn't he sell that well? Or like, why doesn't it perform that well? And maybe that's one of the reasons. Maybe some people are just turned off from it because he said, once that's out there, it's all judgment. It ain't about music no more. So I don't know. Again, I'm not mad at Lil Nas X for doing it because if they're gonna find you out anyway, why live a lie?
Right.
Why live a flagrant and blatant lie? But just for career speaking, I don't know. Maybe Thug.
With Thug, what people never like gave Thug credit for is that he was trolling the whole time. Like he's the biggest troller there is. I think that like when he first started coming out, writing babe to his niggas and all of that, like everybody was like thrown off about it because his name is Thug, right? It's Young Thug. But name one time where it's been one instant where somebody played with him. Like no, you really can't. But I just think that like he trolled everything. He trolled it, and you know what? A lot of people think that Lil Nas X is trolling too. I don't, but a lot of people been saying that. Like a lot of people been saying to me that they think he's trolling.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think Thug was trolling about
You don't think he was trolling?
80%. I don't think he was.
I think he had fun with it, but I don't think
When he
it's
was
like he
writing
was
all
doing
them-
it
like
solely for fun. I thought there was some truth there.
I learned
Wait,
like
when he was writing Bay and all that to niggas, he was troll. All right,
I'm saying that was trolling, but I
Yeah.
don't think he was like doing it entirely to troll. Like I thought there was some truth, and then he was having fun with it.
Nah,
If that makes sense.
I thought, for example, right?
What?
Because we've seen this with Esop Rocky. Esop Rocky wears like a really long shirt that looks a little weird, right? And something he got in London, and everybody says it's a dress, right? With Thug, he just told you like that was a dress. You get me? Like like when he wore that little thing, he said it was from Kmart, right? And to be honest, at first I was thinking like, yo, this guy is trolling, but why would you troll like that?
Because it
But
brought him all the attention. It brought
I
him
would
wild
say that,
attention.
but then, you know, seeing it and just even watching, he rarely does these interviews or sit downs.
Yeah, he don't do no interview. He don't really talk to
publications.
nobody.
But then he admitted one time that he used to cross dress as a kid. and that his father used to beat him because of that. So now, where he could express himself more, he does that, and he doesn't give a fuck what anybody says. So it told me there were some deep-rooted issues that might just have to, I don't know if it's necessarily sexuality, but just his self-identity is coming out through his expression.
I don't think that at all,
No, on some real. Like,
I think that with
I thought that.
Yeah.
I don't think that at all.
I'm not necessarily saying it's gay.
Right.
Not at all. But
Okay.
I do think the way he's doing certain stuff, like some of the photo shoots, I think he's fully expressing himself.
Yeah, I didn't think he was
It's
making
more
it
than
for
that.
attention.
Only reason why I'd say I think he be trolling is just because like being around certain niggas in Atlanta and you hear certain shit about Thug, you be like, oh nah, there's no way possible. Like I think he just be trolling like
Really?
because it puts more eyes in it. It makes people talk. Like when Thug was doing all of that shit, when he did that had on the Raiden hat and the whole dress and everything, that was the most talked about shit in hip hop.
But then that makes this even more confusing to me that he would say this then. You know what I mean?
I mean,
because if he's talking about people judging, that sounds like something that would actually hurt
Well,
you.
I think that he's because Lil Nas X is very young, and for Thug, he went through a lot of people talking shit about him, but like I don't know. I mean, he still had a reputation in the street. So I think like with him speaking about Lil Nas X, it's a different dynamic because he's a young kid. He might not be able to take them type of arrows. You know what I'm saying?
So whether it was fully trolling or not, do you guys think that hurt him early in his career? If I personally, it made him more endearing to me. It was just like the beef, like the whole thing with Lil Wayne turned me off for a little bit, but I just love him so much that it all like worked itself out. But I never thought that this was actually hurtful to his career. Like I've never heard any Thug fans or even fringe Thug fans sort of
I've
mention
heard-
this. But have you
I
guys?
ain't gonna lie to you. Like when Young Thug, when he was dropping all them tapes, and I remember I went to like LA and I had my homies out there and like I played it. Like, the first thing they came, as soon as I turned on, the first thing they said in terms of comments was like, "Yo, turn it off," because they thought it was gay. Honestly, and I do think that turned certain people off who were just ignorant to it. I think those people probably later changed because some of the music was really good.
Yeah.
And they probably like, "Yo, he's trolling." I just don't personally feel like I do feel like there's a attention-seeking part of it.
Yeah.
But I think more than just like entertainment-wise, I think that really comes from some deep-rooted places that comes from his childhood.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that will be revealed as more time comes with Thug.
I don't know, man.
Because he don't really speak too much about it, and it feels like it's a place that he's covered up. So I was shocked when I saw that.
Yeah, with Lil Nas X. I mean, like I think like. Does it hurt Lil Nas X? Is the question. Like, does it hurt him? I don't know. Like, we can't see because I feel like it hurt Frank Ocean when it did. Like,
Yo, you know, I think my perspective on this is all very skewed.
we around different types of people, so it's like I'm
But
just
also,
saying
I
like
think that it's just there's stuff that allegedly hurts you in the moment because there are some people who are very narrow-minded. Like I will never understand why someone's sexuality affects how you appreciate their art. It just doesn't make sense to me,
Yeah.
period. But I think like what affects them now, 10 years, 20 years down the line, I just don't think it's gonna matter if your art's that good.
I think like with Frank Ocean, I just feel like when Frank Ocean was like more visible and mad active and all of that, and then when that shit came out, he kind of like went away. You know what I mean?
Frank
Like,
Ocean has always been super shy. The very
He is,
first time
yeah.
I saw him was performing with Odd Future. This was like probably 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember him like literally freaking out and running off the stage because someone came up and tried to like dance on him. He's always been that person, but like he has such a cult fan base. We don't need you people who are so narrow-minded. He doesn't need you. I'm
But
speaking like I'm him.
did you see when I think he was at some award show and Kevin Hart made a joke about him,
Yeah.
and then he showed his face, he was not laughing at all about that
Yeah.
shit. I think like a person, no matter how confident you is, like don't get me wrong, like certain things are gonna bother you. You know what I mean? I think that for Lil Nas X, I don't know if he's trolling or he's telling the truth, but he laughs and jokes about the whole thing. So I don't know I don't think it's bothering him.
Yeah, he has a good sense of humor about it. But some artists, I just don't think it hurts you in the long run, even if it hurts in the
I
moment.
think that's the wrong thing to troll about, though. You know,
Yeah.
salute to the LGBTQ community. Like, I think when they see people, I think that happened to Thug. I think on a career standpoint, because I used to critique Thug.
Bro,
like,
Thug not gay.
I think, no. But I thought, yo, when you're playing with that line, you may fuck around and confuse the LGBTQ community to actually support you, which is an additional fan base, additional structure behind your career, kind of fucking with you. But when you're playing with that line to like, yeah, I am, I'm not. Now it seems like you're kind of making a joke of it. The mere fact that I believe Lil Nas X is homosexual. I have no problem with him coming out and saying it. I'd rather him come out and say it because imagine living a career or having to endure a career where you're living a lie. And it's something like that. Like, even if I get it, you could possibly sell more records if you didn't say. And it's rather be ambiguous and don't say rather than be like, oh, I'm heterosexual when you're homosexual.
Yeah.
So,
like, I don't care if a nigga gay. Like if your music dope, that's all that matters to me. If your music is dope or not. Like, it don't matter to me. Like, if you gay, you gay. Like,
stop it, Wayno. You listen.
What do you mean?
And
I said, what? Go ahead. Ask me what you about to ask me.
On a real honest conversation.
Yeah.
Right? If an artist says they're homosexual, do you listen to the music or interpret it different?
It depends on it depends on the song. That's the only thing I'll say. It only if me and you joke about this all the time. It only depends on the song because remember,
the horses in the back got a different meaning. It got a whole different meaning.
But seriously though,
Reno and I have definitely had this conversation.
We had it
before.
mad times, but like Tyler, like right when everybody was saying this shit about Tyler, I was like, this is not gonna make me change how I feel about Tyler because I love this nigga music. Like
the homophobic men really hate it when they find out
saying,
that someone was singing about a boy and not a girl. Boy, they hate that shit.
Think about you definitely was different to me. Think about you definitely hit a little different with that camera. Think about you hit a little different.
Mad different.
Be more confident.
And also with Frank Ocean too, you know, I think it was hard for people to kind of figure out if they kind of stopped like kind of rocking with him because they found out he was like bisexual or gay, or the music from Ultra to Chanel Orange like was completely different.
Totally different.
Completely different.
Totally different.
You know, like I rock with his first mixtape, and announcement or not, like the second shit was just different. Like, what the fuck is this? You feel me? Again, maybe that made him a little bit more free to make whatever he wanted to make, but like the music, if he made the same mixtape or had the same vibe, I'm pretty sure like. Again, you're going to have to interpret that your own way, and you're going to have to rock with it how you rock with it. But if it's just really good music to what you're used to, cool. But he did switch up a little bit.
Right.
I don't want your opinions on Frank Ocean's music.
All right,
I just wanted to say that. Let's keep it pushing now. So elsewhere in this interview, Young Thug also shared his thoughts on Juice WRLD, compared him to Lil Wayne. Take a look.
From him, you just brought him out on stage in front of all these people. I seen you said that he was like the best freestyler alive.
He like that 2009 or 2000. He probably like that 2006 or that 2006 to 2009 Lil Wayne. Because this nigga really can freestyle. Like, he really don't write. Like, if you give him a subject, he go rap right now.
So Juice WRLD is the second coming of Wayne at the peak of his career?
That's a big accolade. I think that I never knew for like Wayne for freestyling off the head. Like I think that Juice WRLD really be freestyling off the head. But I mean, as in terms of like, that's a big like I don't know. Wayne between 2006 and 2009 was like another type of animal.
They're different artists.
Yeah, they're different types of artists. But I do see like the similarities only because like Juice WRLD, of course, he grew up in that era. Like he's only 19 years old. So like I could see where he have a little bit of like Wayne like shit with him, but I wouldn't call him like Wayne, like, you know.
You gotta slow down on these type of things. Again, while I do think he has a really good skill at freestyling, I don't know if that skill is like super elite. But he could rap. Like how are we comparing Juice WRLD freestyle to Wayne?
But yeah, I wouldn't say, but I'm just saying his skill. In the world of today's rappers, his skill is the elite, but it's a lot of niggas that.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, you feel me? In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Okay? And
but he can rap, but I don't want to take that from him because the nigga can rap his fucking ass off.
Most of these niggas just can't even rap a lick that you're like, oh shit, he's doing it.
But the thing is like.
But we gotta slow down. Like, not everybody could dunk as Michael Jordan, right? Come on now, right?
Right.
But if you're at kindergarten and you dunking in, you might be.
Nah, but chill. But I just think that the thing is because like, but before everybody rapped and you didn't have to have like a top 10 hit record to be in the same conversation with other people. Now, like, there's people that can rap like just as well. It's just that they don't get put on the same platforms. Like that's like, I feel like Freddie Gibbs, like that nigga could rap circles around majority of niggas in the game, but he because he doesn't have like a fucking top 10 or top 40 record, he's not in the conversation with the other rappers. I think that when we speak about rap, then we have to put everybody who raps in that space.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
and this is kind of like the narrative now. Like Juice WRLD's, like we heard Yachty say he's the best freestyler in the world. Like you had Uzi co-sign it. Like what is like the sample size of like freestyles we're like judging this off? Is it the fact that he freestyled for that long on Tim Westwood?
I think what it is that he's actually freestyle. Like freestyling is us three sitting here and somebody just start rapping off the head. That's what traditional and hip hop freestyling is.
Yeah, you used to do that. I'm not saying that's what, but he does that.
Freestyle, and then in the 90s and the mid 90s, freestyles used to be like a written over a beat that's not yours. And then now it's like a freestyle. That's what it is. It's a written, like all these niggas have their shit ready before they go to Flex or go to Tim Westwood or go to LA Leakers. You know what I mean? Or do they like they freshmen or whatever? Like everybody has their shit ready. So that's the term of freestyle. In terms of freestyling, he might be one of the best freestylers. Now that puts him in a certain class with only certain people because everybody doesn't do that. Like most rappers that, like Nadeska, if somebody had to be on your show, they're probably gonna, and you put on a beat, they would be ready for it. Like or even if you throw a beat on randomly, they're gonna go to whatever song they got a dope verse off of and go there. He's like going off the top. That's what's so ill about him.
Yeah, and that is to be applauded, but also that doesn't make for the best music all the time.
But
I think when we were talking about, like, was it the last project or was it EP or something like that? Like he had dropped some music and you could hear like, yeah, of course he made up the chorus and the hook or whatever, but like towards the middle to the tail end of the song, he was just literally freestyling.
Yeah, just going off.
And for me, I thought that hurt the song because, like, he's a singer. Like he's a singer, and like he was all over the place. When you're freestyling, again, sometimes you're scatterbrained. You're thinking about things to rhyme, and when you're making songs, like usually you want to stay on subject or within the same type of.
Well, the reason why I will never complain about Juice WRLD is because for him to be the type of artist he is, when that nigga rapped for the first time, I couldn't believe it. Like, you know, because you don't get that. Like, imagine if Lil Pump fucking went to Flex or whomever and rapped like that, like people, it would change everything about him. It would change every single thing people think about him. So it's like, he, like you said, in the blind, land of the blind, one-eyed man is king, but the nigga he can actually rap. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna complain about it.
Okay, just slow down with comparing them to.
Right.
Finally, you're speaking some sense today, Ak. Also, like Wayno mentioned, he's so young. So imagine where he's going to be in 5 years if he's already so good.
All right.
We're staying tuned. Control room, do you guys mind if we just skip to some quick hits? I think we're running out of time here. So we got an Esop Rocky update for you guys, finally. So according to the Fader, his Swedish lawyer has been denying those reports that he's been held in inhumane conditions. In a statement to a Swedish outlet, which I cannot pronounce, my apologies, he did say that Rocky his team has had no contact with TMZ. So disregard all of that. In other news, Swedish authorities also announced that the two men that Rocky was accusing of instigating the fight, they're now being investigated for suspected assault and molestation. But we have to note that molestation here does not mean sexual. It means that the suspect, quote, physically attacked someone or exposed someone to other ruthless actions. So it's not like they're just running free and nothing is happening with them. And then Fox News also reported that Swedish law enforcement raided Rocky's manager's hotel room. Now, he wasn't there when this whole thing went down, but they served him a search warrant, allegedly confiscated his phone, and demanded the passcode so they could review its contents. Don't know if he actually gave it up. That's pretty wild. So they're taking this investigation very seriously. In the meantime, a New York congressman is definitely fighting to get Rocky out of there. Tiger just canceled a show in Sweden in support of Rocky. The end.
Guess what? I won't be going anytime soon.
Sweden.
Right. That's all I have to say about that.
Tiger canceling the show does not.
Stop it.
Thank you, Tiger. Hey, honestly, I do feel like, by the way, to see the chief of the Bureau of Prisons for them directly responding to media reports and like going as far as like publishing menus and showing like, hey, this is actually like our prisons look like y'all dorms, you know? It feels like there might be an angle where they're very aware, well, they're very aware of what's being said. And I do believe that they're more of what's going on, like the raid of his manager, is to kind of control that public, what's being said in the public about like all the inhumane treatment. Because right now it seems like, yo, Rocky did nothing, y'all got him locked up. And I think they're going hard to possibly come with their proof to say this is why we had him locked up or this is what's going on. And it's kind of sad because it feels like they're agenda is not only with that one particular person, but to prove to other people that they were right in the first place.
Right. Well, let's see what happens with this investigation and the two other dudes who are instigating. And finally, to end on a very dark note today, on Thursday, R. Kelly was arrested in Chicago by NYPD detectives and Homeland Security on federal sex crime charges in 2 different states. So he's facing federal grand jury indictments in both Illinois and New York. So in Chicago, there's a 13-count indictment, which alleges that he paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to recover child sex tapes and pressured witnesses to change their stories before his pornography trial. So that's the one about a decade ago that he got acquitted in. And in New York, there's a 5-count indictment. So this is a racketeering conspiracy. They're saying he and his associates basically recruited women and underage girls for illegal sexual contact and isolated them from their families, threatened to keep them locked up. Now, of course, he pled not guilty because what else would he do? So according to investigators from a report from TMZ, they have over 20 tapes of him having sex with minors. And apparently his inner circle reportedly handed all of those tapes over. So on Friday, like, his publicist was having a press conference in Atlanta, I believe, and Jocelyn Savage's father interrupted. So she's one of the women still living with R. Kelly who says she's good, but here's what happened.
A decade ago, get all that, bro. Where's my daughter? The same charge he had before is in there right now in jail. I want to know where my daughter is. Where is she at? Answer that question. Miss Kelly was arrested yesterday. Answer that question. Walking his dogs yesterday. Move. After he walked his dogs, he was arrested.
Kelly lawyer?
His publicist, or one of his publicists. So he's locked up now. He's supposed to have a hearing tomorrow.
Oh, man. Well, in New York?
I don't even know what state it's in.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I watched that thing. I rock with this black gentleman right here. He said the best thing, because I think it's the second or third time they pulled up on him. By the way, that's the father of Jocelyn Savage. He told him, he made it clear, he said, I'm not hired by R. Kelly, I'm hired by the lawyer that R. Kelly hires. So because that lawyer understands this is a public figure he's defending, clearly information needs to be also conveyed to the public. I'm a publicist, which is a spokesperson for them, but I'm not employed directly by Mr. Kelly. Now, he said the same thing to that father. He said, yo, I don't know about your daughter. He said, if my daughter was up in that building, I'll drive a truck in that building and go get him. He said, stop coming here asking me, but I walked past your daughter one time. Stop asking, I can't bring no messages. And I gotta agree. Yo, stop pulling up on this man for your daughter. If your daughter really is in there and people hold her against her will, and the father says, hey, she's kind of brainwashed. If I speak to her and we speak to her, she'll be singing a completely different story. That might be the case. But man, if she in Trump Tower, why are you not in Trump Tower? You got to go get that.
Yeah.
That's your daughter. You got to, again, even though his daughter is grown, it's your daughter. You got to go get that.
Yeah.
You got to go get her. You got to go get her.
That's crazy.
Wow. I mean, let's see how this ends. It's just crazy if this keeps going on and he just never ends up in prison.
No, by the way, this is some nasty shit, too. And what confuses me about the double indictment, one is in New York, which that's the racketeering case, is that there was 20 tapes handed over by people that's in his crew, right? Why them 20 people also, or not 20 people, why the people who hand those tapes over didn't get indicted as well?
Because they gave them up. 2 of them did, though. One of his former managers, I believe, and one more person who was in the circle. But I feel like in those cases, it's usually like, here's some evidence, please don't charge me, kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? So it's probably that kind of situation.
What time they on?
It's crazy, man. All right, so hearing is tomorrow, so I don't know.
I think on this one, honestly, he's fucked. Yeah. He's absolutely fucked. And, he should have seen all this coming.
Racketeering is when it gets serious, right? It seems like the sexual assault charges people don't care about as much as conspiracy.
And also goes against everything his lawyer was trying to say.
Which
right? By the way, this guy who's a spokesperson, again, he didn't double down on that as he did before. Before, when he just got charged in Chicago, they kept saying, yo, they're double jeoparding R. Kelly. He already beat the case. They ain't no other tapes. Nah, the feds are saying, we got 20 more. What are we talking about? Yeah. And it's different. It's a different girl, supposedly.
It's a whole ring that they running.
So this is just nasty, sex trafficking, abusing minors, really nasty shit. As much as you might enjoy R. Kelly's music, you just can't even stand with him at this point.
Yeah, I hope him and that other dude, that billionaire dude, they bring him over to,
Oh, the billionaire nigga, he's...
Epstein, yeah.
Not saying one's worse than the other, but he might be much worse.
Yeah, they ain't letting him out, though. He tried to put up a $77 million condo or some shit in a private jet. They not letting him out.
Time's finally up for him.
That other guy been doing it since, the 80s.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey's his first name, right? Yeah. Gross.
Fuck you, Jeffrey Epstein.
And he's Donald Trump's homie, supposedly. That's crazy.
All right, man. I wish I had a happy thought to end the show on today. Does anyone have anything?
Yes, I have
go ahead.
happy thoughts, man. None, I'm just happy.
Oh, I think I was about to be like, yo.
When it's just like my head is filled with.
We ain't on that disgusting ass shit.
Hey, man.
Not with that. I'm just
You
saying,
guys
generally.
enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you here tomorrow, Tuesday, on Everyday Struggle. I have lots of happy thoughts.